Okay, so I've shown you how to do a metal, attach the metal eye. Now I'm going to do an eye by hand, just with the thread itself. And this is a good option if you're doing like if you've got a metal hook at the back of a dress, like at the back of the neck of a dress, where it's not going to be under so much pressure. Because this grosgrain would be at the like a halter neck or the back of a like the waist on a pair of pants or something. So it's going to be under much more pressure. But if you can do an eye by hand, it's a lot faster, and it's quite easy to do. So we just do a little. So the first thing you do is pull the thread. So I've got my knot at the back. I brought it to the front. I'm just going to start with just a knot for a little bit of security, and then I'm going to do pull this through. So I'm just going to do, it's like I'm doing another knot, but rather than putting it through, what you actually do is you put the thread down. So I've created a loop, and I put the thread down the middle there, and using one of your fingers, you actually pull the thread between there. So give that like nice and tight and pull it up, and it creates another loop. And you get, and it's the beginning, it's like a little chain stitch, and then you put your fingers through, and then you pull again. So you're not actually using you're not using the needle now, really. You're just using the thread between the two. Oops, mine's going through. So yeah, so put your fingers between, so hold on to the needle so that it doesn't go through the loop, and then pull on the thread. And then pull it, and so you'll see with each time that it goes through, the eye is getting a little bit longer. And the good thing about this method too is that because you're just doing it stitch by stitch, you can actually see how the eye is developing and how long it is, and you can decide at what point you want to stop. So I'm just going to do one more here, pull it nice and tight, and I think that's probably going to be long enough for me. Actually no, I'll do one more stitch. Just pull it nice and tight each time, and then to finish it off before we start stitching it, you do actually, to finish it off, you do pull the needle through and then pull that nice and tight, and that will give you your finished eye there. And now we just have to secure it again. So with the grosgrain, I've got the ribs that I can follow, and we don't really want it like sticking out. So it's going to be, it's going to be quite flat, but just with a little bit of a loop there, so that you can hook the eye into it. And then through the other side of the fabric, we're now just going to knot it off like we have before. So again, just pull it through and knot. And pull it through. Pull here. And then snip it. And you'll see there, so we have now a little thread loop. And then you can see when I attach these. So one through the metal loop there, and one through the eye loop there, and how they're both secured. So this one here with the thread one, I could have made that a tiny little bit smaller and a little bit shorter, but it's been a while since I've done it, so it's all good.